In what seemed like a very ordinary afternoon, a single question rose through the tears of a poor woman and made anyone who heard it fall silent. Why am I so poor? And will I have to live like this for the rest of my life? That was not merely a question about money. It was a cry for help from a soul worn out by illness, hardship, and despair. The woman saw a monk holding a book in his hands. She quietly followed behind him, and when he turned and gently asked if she needed anything, she burst into tears and asked if she could buy the book. Yet what was remarkable was that the monk did not speak about buying or selling, nor did he rush to comfort her with familiar words. He simply stood there in deep stillness, carrying a kind of peace that allowed the woman to pour out all the pain she had hidden for so long. And from that moment, an ordinary encounter unfolded into a profound lesson about suffering, contentment, and the path back to peace within oneself. The woman sat down on the bench, her tears flowing without end. She spoke of nights when pain twisted through her body, yet she had no money to see a doctor. She spoke of the clothes she wore and the sandals on her feet, both given to her by others. In her sobbing there was not only material poverty, but also humiliation, abandonment, and the fear that she might have to live this way until the very end of her life. The monk listened in silence. He did not interrupt. He did not judge. Then he gently asked, "If you were holding a handful of sticky rice in your hand, would you feel that it was enough, or would you still want more?" It seemed like such a small question, yet it touched the deepest root of suffering. So often, what torments people is not only what they lack, but the feeling that they have less than others. We look at other people's lives, compare, long for more, and imprison ourselves in inferiority and dissatisfaction. From that tiny handful of rice, the monk began to reveal a profound truth. Being poor or rich does not always depend on what we possess, but on how our mind sees what is already in our hands. The monk calmly explained that a mind that never knows enough is the hidden source of much of human suffering. When we constantly look at others and compare, when we believe happiness lives only in what we do not yet have, then no matter how many blessings we are already holding, life still feels empty. Some people own very little, yet they live in peace because they know how to cherish what they have. Others may possess wealth, status, and abundance, yet they lie awake at night restless, afraid, and deeply unsatisfied. In that sense, the deepest poverty is not always material poverty, but poverty of the heart. When greed, comparison, and the feeling of not enough burn quietly inside us, true peace remains forever out of reach. Only when we stop, turn inward, listen to our breath, and look deeply into ourselves do we begin to see what we truly need. And if these reflections speak to your heart, follow this channel so we can continue to explore healing stories, mindfulness, karma, and the wisdom of inner peace together. From there, the monk pointed out that real change does not begin by demanding that life immediately become different. It begins by transforming the mind. In the light of karma, every thought, every word, and every action is silently planting a seed for the future. If day after day we nurture resentment, jealousy, bitterness, and despair, those very seeds will continue to ripen into suffering. But if we return to mindfulness, cultivate kindness, think wholesome thoughts, speak truthfully, and act with compassion, then we begin planting a new field for our life. This is also the spirit of the noble eightfold path. Right view, so that we are not lost in delusion. Right thought, so that we do not feed greed and anger. Right speech, so that we do not cause further harm. Right action, so that we do not create more negative karma. And mindful living, so that step by step we may free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. As the mind slowly grows quieter, we begin to realize that peace is not somewhere far away. It blossoms within the breath, within awareness, and within the way we learn to live in the present moment with a heart that asks for less and returns to itself. In the end, this story is not only about a poor woman weeping on a bench. It is a deep reminder for all of us living in a modern world full of pressure, comparison, and exhaustion. We may not lack food or clothing, yet deep inside, we still feel that we are not good enough, not successful enough, not accomplished enough, not happy enough. And that feeling of not enough is often what makes life so heavy and pulls us away from peace. What the monk offered the woman was not a quick formula for becoming rich. He offered her a path to inner wealth, contentment, gratitude, mindfulness, and a pure, peaceful heart. When the mind becomes clear, life begins to feel lighter, the breath becomes deeper, and good things are finally able to enter. Peace is not a gift that someone else can hand to us from the outside. Peace begins the moment we stop running, stop comparing, and learn to return to ourselves. If this story has given you even a small moment of stillness, please like, share, and follow the channel so that together we may continue walking the path of awareness, gentleness, and inner peace every day.